Hello and welcome to Endless Mode. I'm Captain Emoji,
And I'm Mysterious Gamer X.
and I'm gonna finally sit down and play one of the first games I bought when the Switch came out. It was an arcade game called Blazing Star. I only really ran into it in a couple of arcades, but I loved the heck out of it, although it was crazy hard. It's got kind of an R-type, side-scrolling shooter kind of thing going for it. You've played it too a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
It is one of their arcade. Oh, there we go. It is one of their arcade emulations, so I am literally putting coins in right now. Or, mashing a button a whole bunch. Which is the only reason I'm attempting this on our channel, because it's bananas.
Okay, so plenty of different characters to choose.
I do have a favorite. They're all cool. They're all very anime, but I like Windina. Because of that spread pattern.
Sure.
To get full effect, because when you just shoot regularly, you either power up, if you have any power up to shoot.
If you hold down the button, you power up. If you tap rapidly, you can get an extra spread pattern or a special effect.
For me, it's how I get my spread pattern. I don't know what yours does when you mash.
It turns into bigger lasers.
Ah. So yours is a more focused attack, whereas mine hits a lot. It has power-ups for days, and collectibles, and all sorts of junk. Of course, if you're playing with my character, you do have this tendency to have to go get stuff, because everything dies at the edge of the screen.
Yeah.
On the other hand, as long as we're not fighting a boss, I generally do just sort of sit back here. If I'm smart, I do occasionally get a little greedy with the power-ups.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm sorry.
I still don't have one.
I didn't realize. I thought I'd been pretty good. I thought I'd been hanging back. I didn't feel like I'd been running up there going, mine!
I'll catch up eventually.
Well, yeah, I usually die at some point. Usually from charging up there and being a dumb, but... This is usually the part of the game where I kind of get wrecked, though, is the big boss monsters. There's just so much going on the screen that it gets a little hard to really keep track of what's going on.
Yeah. Fortunately, the lag will slow it down.
Yeah, it will. Especially with some of the later bosses where it's just all bullets all the time.
Yeah. Alright, finally at full power.
Again, I'm sorry.
Alright, boss one down, piece of cake.
Hey, we even got our lucky bonus.
Yep.
We usually lose track of one of the letters in there somewhere, and...
The screen is very busy.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. A lot in it. I'm sure that my spread pattern doesn't help with the lag, come to think of it.
Probably not.
Oh, man. They're getting strong enough that they can stay on the screen for, several seconds and launch an attack.
Yeah.
Even with my outrageous spread pattern.
That's okay, I've got minor invulnerability when I choose to.
Nice.
For a brief period of time.
Hey, that's better than not having invulnerability.
If you press the A button during your charge attack, you'll get a secondary effect.
Oh. That's cool. I don't remember to use my charge attack nearly often enough, but that's because it has to hit something for it to really be useful. I mean, I know it's true of all ordnance in this game, but it really needs to stick around for a second, and if it misses everything, it's kind of embarrassing. I will say the first time I played this in the arcade, when I saw those lasers, I was like, ah! Frantically trying to dodge it, because I thought it was, you know, an attack and not an effect.
Yeah, a little hard to figure out the difference between those sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, it's a gorgeous-looking game. I love every, you know, neat little character design, and all the mechs and ships or stuff are cool-looking, but, yeah, differentiating between what can kill you and what can't is a bit of a chore at times, but... They had to use all the layers. I'm sure they were using every sprite they could put on the screen, plus all their backgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
To, you know, fully get the effect. I mean, there's a surprising amount of depth going on back there. You know, the derelict spaceships and debris and stuff. I mean, it's not just an empty star-patterned field. We've come a long way by this point, compared to, say, asteroids or something. Oh, yep. Getting greedy, running up there for a power-up. Forgot I was supposed to be doing my job back here.
Especially considering we're both maxed out on power-ups.
Are we really?
Yeah.
I just sort of grabbed them out of habit.
Oh no, it destroyed the space colony.
Yep. It's trying to give us a little bit of story, but much like fighting games, I mean, the story is usually, it did the bad.
Yeah.
Stop it from doing more the bad. And of course the bosses are going to get more, you know, multi-stage and have more parts to them as we... Oh! Oh, I was doing so well! Darn tracking bullets.
They're a pain.
I think we're starting to see a little of the lag really come into play there. Uh-oh. That always makes me a little scared. Like, even though I know it gives you a spot to hide, it doesn't feel like it's going to.
And some of these bosses are really...
Not all of them do give you a spot to hide, but...
Yeah.
I know that one does, and even knowing it, it doesn't feel like it's going to.
Hooray! Lucky bonus.
And rank B. We're not doing nearly as terrible as I thought.
Next power-up's yours.
I will say part of getting the lucky bonus is blowing up everything on the screen, because it's usually in a guy. I think most of the time we miss it when we're both dead. Because something will fly by or get away from us. It's generally pretty encouraging, though. I mean, it likes to let you know you get things. It tells you to keep it up. It does talk down to you a little bit when you die, though.
Well, yeah.
Telling you to wake up or asking if you're serious. Oh.
You should grab that power up.
I will try. I wasn't sure if I was still in my invulnerability grace period or not, and I didn't want to find out. Ah. I like how it keeps asking if we're human if we don't die for a bit.
Yeah.
I think this is what's going to replace all those recaptchas eventually, is we're just going to have to play a level of this.
That'd be entertaining.
Oh no! Sometimes you can see your death coming, but there's nowhere to go. It's just a matter of what's gonna kill you. And that's when you know you've played into its hands.
Not time to relax yet.
Brace
That
ourselves.
That wasn't their final form.
Yeah, that wasn't the boss. It was just the boss getting its stuff together. This is definitely one of those where I'm like, can we shoot it yet? And you see the falling debris and everything else, and it's like, oh, I don't know what can kill me and what can't.
Yeah.
So you end up jumping at shadows a lot, and then you get hit by something super obvious that, like, you know could kill you. It's a little embarrassing. For me, it's usually that I get headbutt by the ship, and I'm like, well, of course that can kill you. I mean, that's obvious, but I just didn't know to get out of the way of it. I didn't see the tell.
Yeah. And now we're gonna go free falling into the planet.
Yeah, I mean, think about how deep that tunnel had to have been. So I have to wonder if this is like an escape pod? Are we, you know, are we doing that thing that people hate in Eve where you pod somebody right now?
Nope. Because they're trying to kill us back.
I suppose that's true. They do seem to have that Dr. Wily thing going where, you know, they layer their weapon systems.
Yeah.
Not sure why they do that. I can't really see the point, but...
Yeah, so that you can keep fighting when you're done fighting.
I suppose? Maybe the extra weapon systems count as armor? You know, maybe this is a... luck.
Yep.
That is how I'm getting by, yeah.
Alright, well, next time on Endless Mode, we'll see if we can't clear the game.
Yeah!